Welcome to Haunted Homebodies, where Halloween isn't just a day, it's a lifestyle. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Sarah, and we're your guides through the delightfully dark corners of comfort horror.
Grab your walkie-talkies and your Walkmans.
It's time to be running up that hill.
Just like running up that hill. I don't know any of the other words, do you? Listen to it a million times.
It doesn't matter. It's more about the vibe, I think.
It is the vibe, which I did not capture. So hello everyone, welcome back. It's sort of like season 2, sort of like here we go again. It's just still happening. We're still here. We're back at it. I don't know. Did you miss us? I sound a little huskier than usual, but of course our break was not restful or restorative. We just basically had some big life changes, and then I got sick, and here we are back at it.
Big life changes, lots of work, holidays, which are never restful. Let's be real. And here we are. Guys.
Do people like Christmas? I don't know. I don't know if I like it anymore.
You used to love Christmas. That makes me so sad.
Love it. I know. I loved it. I was like kind of embarrassingly obsessed with it. Which was like kind of cute, I guess, but then it got weird as I got to be like a teenager and like I gotta cool it. And now I'm like, it's kind of a hassle. Like I just have to work, especially working in healthcare. I would just have to work like on Christmas Eve, on Christmas, like over the weekend, wherever it fell, just work.
That's
good
that's
times.
awful. It's terrible.
I think I'll get back into it though now that I have the wee child. I think like the magic that he'll eventually feel will make me feel magic again. This year he was like, what's going on? I don't care.
I don't want to mean anything to him.
Which was nice because I did not prepare. We bought him like 3 presents.
I mean, keep that up though. You don't need to get more than that.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you're totally right. But basically, we gave him like maybe 1 present on Christmas. The rest we just like put in his room because he just like has a new room because we're in a new house. Woo! Yeah. Which is exciting, but also exhausting. Yay! I'm just so tired.
Okay, but we all got a Christmas present this year. Do you see that transition? We got 3 episodes of Stranger Things on Christmas.
Wow, look at you cutting the banter and being like, let's get into it, baby. How did you feel? Okay, well, so we're talking about Stranger Things. Yay, love it. Lots to say. How did you feel when you found out that they were releasing it on like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's?
Not great. Because I didn't get to watch any of them right when they came out. I had to wait almost a week for both of those 2 drops because I was with family and doing other things. Like it was really terrible timing for me.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally agree. The only one that worked out super well for us was the New Year's Day, the last finale. Chris and I actually watched it that night because we both were like, he was sick and we were just like, we're not going out. And like, but he was like, okay. He was like kind of in recovery before he like took the rest of the family down with him and we all got sick. But it ended up being like, we just want to have like a chill little stranger night.
Why not?
Here we are. Stranger Things, Stranger Night.
I love that you were like, we weren't going out because we were sick. And I immediately, when I saw it was on New Year's Eve, was like, oh, I'm going to be able to watch it because I'm definitely not going out because I just don't do that anymore.
Remember when we did that though? And it was like a whole thing.
Every New Year's. Yeah.
Like out till midnight at the club, like literally clubbing. I was
like
clubbing.
Get a ticket somewhere that always had unlimited alcohol, but it was like $150. So like it was also ridiculous.
To have like bottom shelf vodka and like a splash of orange juice.
And like hors d'oeuvres. That was all you ate all night.
Which is like pretty gross when you think about it now.
Yeah.
Just like pre-COVID, just mass snacks with strangers, and we were all just like licking each other's faces and because you're getting sweaty. Was that just me?
Pretty consistently amazed we're still alive.
I know. I mean, look at me. I'm like hanging on by a thread.
That's true. That is, maybe it's past New Year's Eve's come back to haunt you.
This is like what I get just for existing. It's like, how about a virus and like chronic fatigue syndrome? Okay, go.
At least you had your fun once upon a time.
Anyway, Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things. This is what we're talking about. We're
Ah,
talking about season 5 specifically today. Because
yes,
next week we're gonna come back. We're gonna do like a whole retrospective on it. But
yeah,
Ashley and I were talking, and we were like, we know. I mean, you all know from listening to this podcast already. I immediately skip to the end of whatever we're talking about. I can't help it. Like, I can't imagine trying to do this whole series without talking about the end first.
totally. There's no way. The whole time we just be like, well, wait, but don't talk about the ending yet. Okay, but
Yeah.
no, wait. With that being said, if you have not caught up, which like we understand, catch up first and then listen to this
Spoilers.
episode. Yeah, we're
Spoilers
going to be talking
abound.
about everything, the ending, the whole final season. You can't hold us responsible for anything we spoil beyond this point because
Yes, you
it's
have
happening.
been warned.
Yes, and also you've probably had to be in like a little cocoon off of the internet because my algorithm on Instagram
Oh,
is like almost like 90% Stranger Things at this point.
I was able to avoid most spoilers for the first 2
Yes,
drops. It was
same.
amazing, but I,
Yes,
like, knew that was not
yes.
gonna be possible for the last episode.
No. And also it's like once I watched the first drop, then I was like getting into all the reels and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
on Instagram, and then it was like literally it catches up so fast and it's just like, all right, so here's all the Stranger Things content, which I think is something interesting to talk about, which we'll probably talk about more in next week's episode because I do want to chat about like the different experience since this show literally spanned a decade
Yeah.
from like the first season we watched it when like I was not really on Instagram like ever to like
Yeah.
now when we're all just like so online, which is like kind of maybe going to make us depressed and we'll just save that for next week. So get ready to get
That
sad about
feels
the internet
right.
with me.
I feel like we've done that before here.
Oh
It's
yeah. We're like 2026 analog life. It's really funny. Like there's this huge internet trend about like going analog in
I
2026.
know.
It's so funny. Like all of the content creators are like, keep following me, but also like, let's log off.
Yeah.
Like, yes, let's do
Interesting.
it.
The dissonance. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But like here we are. Here we are. You know? Anyway, we'll see you guys on Instagram. We'll be back. We'll be back at it. But the thing I wanted to start with is to have us on the count of 3 say in one word like what our overall impression of was of season 5 of Stranger Things. Are you ready?
I am ready.
I tried to prepare you. I was like, look at the notes, Sarah, because
I've been
I don't
thinking
want
about
to.
it for days.
Oh my
Yet
God, sorry.
yet it was just about 5 minutes ago that I settled on my
You
word,
you came
so
up, yeah.
yeah.
I thought of this because I immediately had a word, and I was like, "This is gonna be different than Sarah's word, so I need Sarah to come up with a word too."
Great. Alright.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Underwhelming.
Satisfied. Okay, let us just take a moment. We've
Yeah,
also discussed this before. I am a finale apologist. I
you are.
love finales. I love
Yes.
endings of stories.
Yes.
I do not need them to be perfect.
Yes.
I need them to be emotionally satisfying conclusion to the story.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is what we got.
Yes. Okay. I totally respect that. I think we're gonna have a good discussion because I we have very different views of like the way we watch television. Like in order to suspend my disbelief of this sci-fi fantasy horror show, I need to have certain things like click for me. I think it's like the writer brain of mine. I'm like, I'm going through the story with them and being like, okay, we
Mhm.
have to make it all make sense. And if something pulls me out, I get really frustrated. Um, I also have just been a Stranger Things super fan. And I think that the way they did this with having like 2 or 3 years between season 4 and season 5, I
Mhm.
think we just had so much time to like think it and to like have our expectations be so high. And there were a few things that I really want. Like I really appreciate like mythic structure in stories. So like a perfect
Mm.
example of that is Lord of the Rings. Like it hits all
Perfect.
of the
Perfect.
notes right. So, like, my standard is high. It's like Lord of the Rings. That's, like,
Yeah.
not what I hold everything to, but for, like, an epic story, that is kind of, like, what I'm looking for, and I feel like Stranger Things started out so high for me, and the first season, like, really blew me away, and I was like, "This is such
Well,
good
and
TV."
that was like a perfect miniseries, right?
Yeah,
Like
it
it
was.
was if that had been bottled to just season 1, that would have been a satisfying story.
Completely, and we're all very glad, like, I'm glad personally that they kept going. I think it's been, like, a really fun ride, but by season 5, I don't know, I think they kept trying to build up this epic, like, each season being this, like, new epic story, and season 5 just, like, fell flat for me compared to prior seasons and, like, compared to, like, my very high expectations. Like, they were up against it, like, the Duffer Brothers knew this was gonna be
Yes.
an impossible task. There's no way to please everyone, and I think obviously some of the criticism is just, like, hilarious.
Yes.
Also, have you seen the theory that, like, right now, like, as
Oh,
we
that they're
speak,
gonna drop a surprise
can you
episode?
imagine if we, like, just don't know it and there's just a surprise 9th episode right now and we're just, like, have no idea? Like, we just have to hit pause on the
Uh,
recording and go
we
watch
go
it.
watch it. But, like, there is no more story to tell. That was a
No.
concluded story, for better or for worse. The
Yeah.
story is fully concluded.
It's over. They chose an ending,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. Do you think that there will be, like, spin-offs? Like, do you think that they'll do something
They've
else?
already announced they're doing a spinoff, but it's not they said it's not these characters, it's not in Hawkins, and it's in a different time period, which I
Yeah.
love this because
Yeah.
obviously Netflix was not gonna let this IP just, like,
Right, there's
go
no way.
away. So I love that they're doing something that is, like, so separate from it
Yeah.
and let it because that ruins entire shows right now. Did you ever watch The Handmaid's Tale?
No, never.
Okay, spoilers for that show, but, like, don't even bother finishing it, so, like, do let me spoil it for you.
Yeah.
That show got bad, like, pretty early on, and I just kept watching it, and I watched the last
Yeah.
season because I love a story ending, and I was like, "I just wanna see how it ends." And it ends totally unsatisfyingly because it turns out they're doing a fucking spinoff that takes place right after.
Oh.
I was so upset. It was
Yeah.
so, like,
Not an ending.
it wasn't an ending. I will not be watching the
Yeah.
new one. So anyway, this I love that they've wrapped it up. They
Yeah.
wrapped it up. It's done.
Yes. Yeah. No, I totally agree, and I guess, like, I heard that they're doing, like, some sort of official spinoff too, and, like, of course, they're gonna do, like, stuff. It was kind of like a rhetorical question. But I think, like, also what I'm thinking is, like, we're going to after we cover Stranger Things in these next 2 episodes, we're gonna talk about the Scream franchise and thinking about, like, horror franchises and franchises that just don't quit, and, like, for me personally, like, Scream, I'm like, "Keep them coming," like, I don't care. I
Sure.
don't know what they could do to ruin it for me, like, there's like, such variation in how much I enjoy the films, but I'm like, "Just keep it coming." Like, I love this formula, like, regurgitate it for me. It's totally fine. But with Stranger Things, I totally hear what you're saying. It's like, what's the point of having a conclusion if then we're going to, like, continue the story in a different way?
We don't need to do it. And, I haven't watched that little wait, did it come out yet or did it not come out yet? They did, like, a little animated series that took place between, like, seasons 1 and 2 or something. Like,
Mm.
they have, like, little things, and
Yeah.
I had that Broadway show, which still feels, like, very strange to me.
Right.
But, like, none of it has affected this block of 5 seasons that we got. Well, I wanted to go on a small tangent on something that you said. You brought
Yeah.
up the, like, multiple years between seasons, and I
Yes.
love that you talked about how, like, that gave you the time to think too much about what's going on, right? Like, you're too invested, and I love that because so many people online were complaining about how, like, the amount of time between seasons made them feel like they were, like, just not invested anymore, which I just think is kind of bullshit. If you think about any movie franchise, that is the same amount of time between movies, and nobody says that. I don't get where that attitude came from with this.
Yeah.
I'm very much more on your side about it. It's like, just rewatch it. Get reinvested. Watch a recap video. Like, I don't what?
I
Why?
know. I know. I don't get that either. Like, what do you mean? I think that was something that was hard for me though is the show started out with a lot of actors that were not well known,
Mhm.
and became something because of the show, right? In
Yeah.
terms of fame. and a lot of them just have, like, human personalities, a lot of them are fallible,
Yeah.
so I think that, like, also that reality and, like, watching them grow up and then, like, have their own lives and their own controversies, looking at you, Jim Hopper. Poor
Well, and,
Hopper.
like and oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, he was such a I mean, he's toxic if you look back, but when I was first watching him, I was like, he's the greatest character ever, I just
No,
love him.
I still love the character. I
I do
will hear
too.
none of
I
this.
do Well, he just, like, chooses violence a lot, and
Yeah,
it's, like,
he's very
very
flawed. He's super
vigilante.
flawed.
Yeah, it's, like, vigilante, like, Boondock Saints kinda stuff. We're all like, "Yeah, get him. Get
Yeah,
him."
yeah,
He's
man.
always
I mean, that was one of our favorite movies.
Totally. So, like, I'm on his side, but yeah, just things he's done personally, and there's, like, all this controversy, and then just, like, a lot of, like, yucky Millie Bobby Brown stuff, like, I like her, but just, like, yucky things men are saying about her
Oh,
and being like,
yeah.
she's the, like, like, I don't know, just to the coming of age stuff and just,
Yeah.
like, a lot of, like, creepy dialogue about, like, female characters on the show or, like, literal
Yeah.
children at the beginning of the show. I can talk about, Vecna in this season, also, he's, like there's a ton of makeup that they put into it, which I think is incredible,
Yeah.
um, but he he became, like, extra, like, spiky
Yeah, it
this
was
season?
like yeah, I
Why was he
don't
how did he get spikier?
I mean, but the mind flare got spiky too.
Yeah, like, they've been, like, just, like, working out and, like, sharpening
Right? Like, they
spikes
grew
for
some extra
battle.
bones
I
because
don't know.
he was very mushy and, like,
Yes.
liquid
Yes.
before.
I actually liked season 4 Vecna better than season 5 Vecna.
Yeah.
I found, like, season 4 Vecna yuckier and, like, more intimidating in his, like, grossness, whereas
Yes.
I felt like part of the issue I had with season 5 too was they spent, like, I don't remember how many millions of dollars on the show, but it was, like, a lot of millions, and the CGI just, like, didn't do it for me.
Yeah, it
It
was
was too much.
fine.
It
Yeah,
wasn't, like,
yeah.
poorly done, it just, like, when you are just, like, so clearly doing a lot of CGI and, like, over the top special effects, that's just not really my jam. I'm definitely a practical
Yeah.
effect person, and, like, I didn't need, like, Vecna to be, like, extra, like, like, I don't even know how to describe it, it just wasn't working for me.
He
It wasn't
also
it was too much.
had, like, a Groot vibe. He became
Yeah.
Groot.
Yes!
I can't take credit
It's
for that.
so
That was an Evan
funny.
observation.
Oh my gosh,
But, like,
Evan,
speaking of
bless your heart.
the CGI, like, thinking about how grounded season 1 was because it was not only more practical effects maybe, but, like, just less effects
Yes.
overall.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know, I think it was really hard to, like, for the 10-year span of the actors to, like, obviously, like, they've grown up, they've changed, there's, like, a lot of commentary that goes with that they're not just, like, living their life to, like, act in this show, but I think also the discrepancy between, like, acting abilities also, like, came through a little
It
bit
was a
more in
little
this season,
rough. It
where you could
was.
see who was,
Yeah.
like I think also for the actors who were grown, like, we're going to talk about Jamie Campbell Bower, like, he came in as an adult, like, a fully formed actor,
Yes.
incredible, and I feel like he just, like, outshined everyone, in my
By
opinion.
far, like,
Y
no contest. Did you know what I found out today? The Vecna voice, he actually does that
Yes!
voice. It's not like a
Yes!
voice modulation.
Incredible. He's
Yeah.
so talented. His
He
face acting, I think you said in the notes, like, him as Henry is almost scarier than Vecna,
I think
and I
actually
so
scarier.
agree.
Yeah.
He's so sinister and complicated. He's, like, saying
Mhm.
so much without saying anything. I think it's called face acting. He's so good. He's so
Yeah.
good.
He was absolutely amazing. I don't think there was a better performance throughout all 5 seasons.
I don't think so either. I mean, and it's not for like what I'm saying is not to say like anyone had a bad performance. I still think the acting was like very solid. I just like, who are you?
I
What are you
don't
raising your
know.
eyebrows at?
I don't no, I'm not this is not a Mean Girls podcast.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna do that to former child actors. But like you said, some of them grew into their acting abilities more than others.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's all it is. So it just like ended up being like a little uneven or and I
Yeah.
also felt like let's not put it all on the actors either. I felt like the writing wasn't as strong this
It
season.
was not. It like there were some like really cringy moments. I don't remember there
Yeah,
being cringy moments before.
not
And
many.
they are at a cringier age. I will
Yes.
say that. They're at a cringier age, but like Mike and Lucas making dick jokes just did not land for me as one example. I now they
Yeah.
are at the age in which they would be doing that, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't feel natural.
There were a few moments too where I felt like the writing went into like cliches and like recycling things that had worked in prior seasons, just like the kind of like great Scott moments where they're like, come, I think they literally say great Scott at some point too. I think Robin says that.
Robin, yeah.
But the just like we know we have to make a plan and then someone's
They
gonna get an
did but they
idea.
did
Like they
it
did it like
so many times
so
this
many times.
season. Usually they do that once per season, and that's
Right.
fine, but they did it like 4 times this season.
Yeah. A lot of like metaphors, a lot it just felt like they maybe overthought it too. We know they're good writers, like,
Yeah.
incredible storytellers, incredible like, I think there's been
Yeah.
really good writing, really good dialogue. I think they worked in a lot of, like you said, like, emotional storylines into this season, like, for people, whether they like that or not. It still was really well done in a lot of ways, but I don't know, it just I think that's just why it fell flat, but let's talk about a
Yeah.
few more things that we liked before I shit on this show that I love a little bit more.
Do you wanna do it the other way around?
Should we just keep shitting on it and then end on a happy note?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. All
Okay.
right, so let me tell you my beef because I have a little bit more beef with season 5, and then we'll bring it back to the positive. What are your thoughts on Dr. K?
I feel like she was so wasted as a
Yeah.
character, like, Linda
Why?
Hamilton is a
Yes,
badass.
totally.
How
Agree.
cool. She was brought in not even, like, as a plot device.
No.
Like,
Why was she there?
it was so it would have been so much more interesting. This is another bullet point that you have coming up. It would have been so much more interesting to pull back Sam Owens and have him be
Yeah.
the one who, like, for some reason he thinks he's doing good is is the one doing these experiments, right? Like something complex, something
Yeah.
interesting. But then we just get this like really one note villain.
Right. Like, why are we being introduced to her now? Like,
Yeah.
what is she adding that, like, other military like, people who were in season 4 couldn't have
Why
brought?
why kill Brenner literally last
Right.
season if you could have just continued this story with him?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They could have had him be like they've almost killed him off in season 1. They could have almost killed him off in that season 2 and just been like,
Yeah,
"We think he died," but, like,
he's back.
he can't. He's like Michael Myers. He just
Sorry,
can't.
I wanna make a you make a Michael Myers reference, I wanna make a Star Wars reference, which is in the new movies, everybody on the internet, they just had to replay the original trilogy, and they're like, "Somehow Palpatine returned." It's I'm
This is, like,
sorry.
what's happening to me right now. Right over the head.
Sorry.
That's
There's
okay.
someone out there who's listening to this who gets it.
Other people are like, "Yes." Palpatine, was it?
Yeah, he's like a big bad who dies in the original trilogy, and they bring him back in the most recent trilogy.
Ah,
They did
okay.
literally with a line in the crawl that says somehow Palpatine.
Like, "We're not gonna tell you."
It's
I'm kinda fine
so
with it.
bad.
Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. See, these are the kind of things where I'm like, "Sure, he could have survived if I didn't see it. It's fine," you know?
Yes, yes.
Stranger things have happened. Forgive me. Okay. Dr. K, whatever. Not the biggest deal, just kinda, like,
Yeah.
pointless. Oh, also okay, so we may differ on this one. The Nancy, Jonathan, Steve love triangle. We're brought right back into it. We see that Jonathan and Steve are still being very competitive for Nancy's attention. Nancy clearly is like, I don't really give an F about either of you. You're just both kind of annoying. Respect for that. Then Nancy and Jonathan almost die. I literally was sitting on the couch being like, Chris, they're dying. They're dying right now. They're
That
dying.
was
They're
yeah,
dying.
yeah.
It was like they did it. They did well. I don't want to say like I wish they had died, but I think it would have like really gotten me. Like it would have been like really, I don't know, tragic. I kind of see how it wouldn't have worked. It would have been complicated, but anyway, instead of just dying, they break up sort of. I didn't get that. I guess they broke up. He proposed to her, but he unproposed. I didn't know what that meant, and apparently it meant that they broke up. What are your thoughts? Tell me your thoughts. And then
Uh,
no one ends up together also. So like there's that.
I think the love triangle was entirely unnecessary.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have done like a shorter season for this, like a 4-episode conclusion to this story. You cut out Kay and you figure out
Yeah.
another way to describe why things are bad. You cut out the love triangle, totally unnecessary. Like we just could have cut a lot of fat here, and I think gotten to the satisfying ending with less mess and bad writing. Anyway, so love triangle, super dumb. I kind of like the breakup scene. I thought it was really sweet how they like appreciated each other still, but like they were together because they were trauma bonded and they thought that's what they were supposed to do, and it turned
Sure.
out they didn't have to do that. So I kind of liked that scene, and similar to you, like that. I thought they were because the whole season weren't all of us looking to see who was going to die. That's what we that was it.
I'm pretty sure the Duffer Brothers were like, there's 5 confirmed like major characters who die. I feel like I saw that at least in the internet stuff, or they said somewhere that like a lot of people are gonna die. Like get ready.
Okay, well, bringing Callie back to kill her is
Awful.
not.
That's not it.
I don't know when we're gonna get there. Maybe
Yeah.
this is things we didn't like. Okay, let's just. I didn't add a bullet to the things we didn't like because again, finale apologist.
Sure.
But I okay. So season 2. I recently did a rewatch of all of Stranger Things, and I was dreading season 2 because I thought that Collie and that whole thing was like all of season 2. It is literally 1 episode, but that is
Yep.
how much I hated it, was that I thought I was gonna have to suffer through an entire season because I
Yeah.
hated that plotline so much. So bringing her back, we will talk about the actual final episode, and I hate her a little bit less, but that was another thing that like felt kind of unnecessary, and like she's just used as a plot
Plot
device.
device. She was actually a plot device
Yeah,
for
she
sure.
was a plot device. She was, I feel like, a cop out because they needed to kill somebody kind of major, but like weren't going to kill any of the original characters, which I don't really have a problem with, and we can get to that. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I struggled with that.
Yeah. Totally. I think I also like I don't know if this is why they did it. We don't know why they did anything.
Anything.
I don't think they're as mysterious as like David Lynch. Maybe they've given answers and I just haven't listened to much
They've
to
given like a
interviews.
lot of answers.
Right? And then like but
Yeah,
not
like
all of
maybe
them
too
are
many. Maybe
yeah,
be more
maybe that's the problem.
mysterious,
Is they're
guys.
answering our questions and then they're like, "Oh wait, we changed our minds
Yeah.
on that." Um but I think people felt about season 2 like what was this plot line? Like it went nowhere. Why were we introduced to this other
Mhm.
character and then nothing ever happened again? So I think they're trying to make something happen again, and then she fit ending very their ending. This is
Yeah.
like the last
Yeah.
scene as a way to, I don't know, soften that for people. Um, I personally, so Chris and I, when we were watching, were split on this. He was like with everyone and was like, Callie's bad. Am I saying it right? Callie. I'm so
I think it's
nasally.
Collie. I said it wrong for
Collie.
the first time. Collie.
Collie. My husky tones get Collie. Sorry about my voice, everyone. She what was I even saying?
Chris.
Who knows?
Chris had
Oh,
yeah.
he was like, she's bad news. She's gonna do something bad. She's evil. And I was like, no way. There are some times where The red herring is red herringing. Here we go with harpaging. Again, they're just doing it so hard. I'm like, there's no
Yeah.
way that she's gonna do something bad. That would be way too
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah. You were
Not that
right.
I predicted the turnaround, but I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Also, people are saying that like Hopper was gonna kill her. I was like, there's no, he or like, beat her up or whatever. He did kind of like leave her behind. I was like, there's no
But yeah.
way.
No,
You
no.
he's not evil
No.
unless she like literally did something and
Yeah.
then it was like maybe in retaliation. But
He's
like,
just grumpy.
yeah. Okay. To bring it back though to the love triangle,
Yeah.
which we got a little bit away from. I don't like when love triangles are it wasn't like the love triangle was new, right? We knew
Right.
that like
It's a
they all had
recycled
been
love
together.
triangle.
Yes, exactly. To have that be a plot line for the entire series since season 1. This is going on since
Yeah.
season 1.
Yeah.
And then to have her not end up with anyone did not feel like empowering to me. It felt like silly. I don't know. I guess I didn't even understand that they broke up, so, like, that didn't register with me for a while. I just didn't even understand what they were talking about. I think I also was just, like, stressed out that they were both, like, gonna die.
That's
Um,
fair.
but I don't know. I just, like, think that they were really good I don't know. I think I just really liked her both with Jonathan. I think I really liked her with Steve,
Yeah.
and I totally understand the, like, independent woman, like, she don't need no man, like, she don't. She don't, we know this. But I don't know, I just thought that they were both, like, really great guys, and I thought, like, that she could have, like, a cute little, let's be real, not real relationship, like, like a little relationship with either of them that would have been more satisfying for me to wrap up a love triangle rather than this, like, weird friendship party on the roof where I was like, "Are you guys even friends? Like, when did you all become friends? What happened?"
See, that's one of the reasons I loved that scene was because I feel like they were coming to that realization. Like the whole plan to meet up in Philadelphia every single month, like I felt like that was so clearly not gonna happen and they all kind of knew
Mm.
that and like I felt like that was their goodbye because like they weren't
They're
all
not
really
actually
friends.
friends. Yeah, I think that interpretation is really smart, but the way that they were talking is like they'd gotten so close and all these memories and oh, the new friends just aren't the same. And I was like, do you guys didn't even like each other?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
With that
Robin and
being said,
Steve,
yes,
sure.
Robin and Steve in my head are friends forever.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There just was like some weird stuff where like they were, I think, asking me to be more invested in certain relationships in the show that just like
They could have
I don't
cut
know,
it.
either I
They could
didn't
have cut this
care.
season way down.
Yeah, yeah. I think they were just trying to
Yeah.
like make more things happen. Where I was like, I just need Dusty Bun and Steve to be best friends. I just need Steve and
Yeah.
Robin to be best friends forever.
Yeah.
I totally would have been like if Nancy and Jonathan just like figured out their stuff and then went to New York and had like a fun little like artsy life together like they're
Yeah, I
doing in
think that
real
would have
life,
been
I'm pretty
fine.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what's wrong with that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't need the breakup. But anyway, we can move on from that.
Okay.
My last okay, I didn't put this bullet point. I have 2 last pieces of beef before we talk about
Okay. All
more good
right.
things in the actual ending of the show. We obviously had issues with like characters being like, what's the point of them? Why are they here? We don't need new friends in season 5. Okay. There were a few good additions that we'll get to. But we talked about Dr. Owens. Like, I would have
Yeah.
appreciated if he came back. I thought that would have been interesting.
He was
He
always great.
was like, we were pretty sure he was dead, but like, we don't know. We don't
Yeah.
know how that works. We don't know what kind of tunnels are in that little
Yeah,
place. Anyway,
totally.
but no closure on that. No mention of his name. And he was like pretty important, I would say. Susie, did they say the name Susie once?
They did not. I feel like it would have been real easy to make like a offhand comment to say like Dustin and Susie broke up because Dustin was going through some shit the
Yes.
beginning of the season. Like, obviously they broke up, but, like,
Yeah.
no mention of her.
Right, and that would have been, like, totally fine. She was, like, his summer camp girlfriend when he was 12.
Yeah.
Can understand
Yeah.
how but, like, yeah, like, to just, like, have her be a big part of multiple seasons too, and then just pretend like that didn't exist, didn't love that. I also would have loved a little, like, Dimitri from season 4. I became very attached to him and Hopper
He's
and just
great, but
love
I feel like we left him behind.
I know, and that's fine. I'm not, like, upset about it. I'm just saying, like, to add in, like, new characters that I did not like and then leave behind, like, these characters that I
Yeah.
loved with no, like, mention.
You're
Whatever.
missing from this list, very importantly, Argyle.
Yeah. I know.
It made so much sense to me that he wasn't there, but it
Yeah.
made me sad. I loved Argyle.
Same thing. It's just, like, a lot of these that were just, like, unceremoniously were like, "Whatever. We're
Yeah.
over them. We don't live in California anymore."
Yeah.
He's how did he get out before, like, they fenced
Like
in
a lot of
Hawkins?
people did.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make
Yeah.
sense.
And I will say, okay, before I stop and just lose everybody by complaining about season 5, the last thing that bothered me, and I am curious to hear your thoughts on this,
Okay.
is I found the defeat of Vecna and the Mind Flayer so underwhelming. I found it to be extremely simplistic and fast and just like, really? That's it?
Okay,
That's
so
it?
it was. I will acknowledge it. 100% it was. It doesn't make any sense. The whole internet is like, where were the Demogorgons? Like, it really doesn't make any sense. At that point, I just wanted to see how it ended. I was like, okay, whatever. Let's move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Which for what like what you said at the beginning, what you're looking for is for closure and like an emotional end to a show. You got it.
But they
What
could have
I was
cut
looking
out
for
all this fat and like made this like a bigger battle, like a
right.
multi-day battle.
Yes.
Like you
It
get
was
started,
literally
you
like
stop. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that that whole thing took like 15 minutes,
Yeah.
like in real
Yeah.
time, and that is absurd. I don't know, it made no sense to me. It was, like, the easiest defeat out of all of the seasons when they were, I don't know, supposed to be, like, the Mind Flayer and Vecna or okay, they kinda just, like were just like, "Oh, we're one," and we're all just supposed to be like, "Okay, fine, whatever. That's fine. I get it." Like, I get that part, but then to just be like, "And then also we just get defeated, like, immediately after."
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like that was really underwhelming again, not to, like, compare the show to Lord of the Rings or, like, anything, it's just not
It's
fair.
not fair to compare
It's
anything
not
to Lord of the
fair,
Rings. Wait,
but
I have a good comparison to Lord of the Rings later. Don't let me forget.
okay, I will. I will forget, but, we'll try. We'll try. But the same thing, it's just, like, to have this, like, epic battle or, like, a Game of Thrones, like, things that, like, really just made these, like, epic battle sequences where there were just, like, a lot of twists and turns, and, like, if you look back on it, you're like, "Yeah, that's kind of like how it goes." Like, the Marvel movies, it's like there's a lot of, like, "Oh, we're not gonna make it." Like, obviously, they're gonna win. Like, we know you're gonna
Yeah.
win. No one was like, "Are they gonna win? Are they gonna defeat them?" We all knew they
Yeah.
were going to, but, like, could we just we didn't I don't know, we didn't earn it. It was not satisfying
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a
Okay.
big letdown because that's, like, what I love. I love the, like, we think, we're waiting for the, like, total, like, all is lost. They're not gonna make it. Like, the whole time I was just like, "Oh, they're gonna win." Like, there was no, like, "Ooh, I don't know about this. I don't know if they're gonna" like, nothing for like that for me. Like, "Oh, how are they gonna get out of this?" They're just like, "Oh, okay, yeah,
Mm.
they just defeated him."
And they
Cool.
had other moments like that in other scenes, like Nancy
Totally.
and Jonathan, but
Yes.
not in this part. Yeah.
Which is supposed to be, like, really, like, the thing we were building up to the whole time, and so then it was just, like, this really underwhelming battle, and it left me with this sense of, like, "But they've gotta come back, like, something else has gotta happen, something
Well,
else is gonna
he
happen."
comes back spitting out blood before Joyce gets to chop his head off, Ashley.
Yeah, loved that, but I was like, "Dang," like, I knew it was coming, and it was like very predictable, but also, like, we were all like, "Yes! Do it,
100%.
Joyce!"
The moment she had been carrying the axe around the whole time, and I was like, "There's a reason she's carrying the axe."
Yes,
And the
she has not done
moment
anything with
he
the
woke
axe.
back up,
Yes, we're all like,
I
"Yeah."
said out loud to the people in the room, which is rude because you should be silent when you're watching the finale of a beloved show, but I literally said out
Yeah.
loud, I was like, "She's gonna chop his head off."
Me too, me too. I was like, "Oh, this
Like,
is why she
right
has the
away.
axe."
Yep.
Yeah, and I think, like, with the line, we're all like what did she say? Like, "You fucked with the wrong family."
Which is
It's like
the first
yeah.
F-bomb they dropped in the whole series.
Was it? You clocked
Yes.
that? That's funny.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was very satisfying. Fully support everyone. I do actually I kinda liked, like, the little cheesy like, everyone was just, like, living vicariously through her, beheading him, like, having all their flashbacks, like, all that, like, Vecna and the Mind Flayer did to
Well,
each
and
and
that
every
was,
one of
like,
them.
very interesting too, right? Because they didn't kill off any main characters, which I did not like at first. I like, the first thing I said was, "Okay, they wussed out." But then, like, this is like The Goonies, right?
Yeah,
This is a show that was about kids. This is not Game of Thrones. They did not
right.
set out to make a show like that. And while it did make like I do wonder if a character dying would have like set the stakes to the level that like would have made the final fight scene more satisfying to you, right? Like the stakes were kind of low in that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like that's not what they like I agree with it now. I agree with the choice now. But at first I was like, no, sorry, to go back to the flashbacks while Joyce is chopping off his head, I think that was like a really interesting statement of like, they're not gonna die, but they're all gonna be like
Messed
really
up.
messed up for life after that.
They're
Like
just
the trauma.
yeah, they're just, like, preteens and, like, teenagers just,
Yeah.
like, watching some adult woman decapitate a space alien
Oh,
monster.
I meant more everything he had done to them that we saw via the
Ah,
flashbacks, but you
also that
know, that
too. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they were
I
already
know.
pretty messed up. Yeah.
Totally, totally, yeah, the whole thing. The whole thing.
Yeah.
They're oh, man.
All right, we have a
Well,
whole list of things we liked.
we did like we did like stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't you go first? Because 'Cause you're on team I liked season 5, so you kick
Yeah,
us
I
off
mean,
here.
most of the things I liked were from, like, the last episode, which I do think was what is maybe with the exception of that fight scene, the strongest episode of the series,
Yeah.
or episode 6
Which
was
one was
also very
6?
good. I think that's the Nancy Jonathan breakup one.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
I don't
a
remember
lot
anymore.
happened that episode. Okay, anyway, let's start with an easy one. Dipshit Derek was a
Yeah.
delight this season.
So cute. I really enjoyed him. I loved that they rebranded him as that Joyce called him Delightful Derek,
Delightful
and he was
Derek.
like, "I am Delightful Derek."
Yeah.
I saw some people, like, being hard on him for not sticking up for Holly. Yeah, your face is really funny. Not sticking up for Holly, and it's like, Vecna was like, "I'm gonna, like, destroy and mutilate your entire family,"
They're
and he's a literal child.
children.
He's a literal child.
Children. So what
Yeah,
happened after that, I actually said, "I can't wait for his redemption arc," because I knew after that he would, like and
yeah.
all he did was pull Holly away from Vecna and then yell at Vecna, "Suck my fat one," but I think that was his redemption
Why did he use that line so many times?
because it was hilarious every time. I
So many
he
times.
was great. He was
He
great.
was
Dipshit
really cute.
Derek.
Really enjoyed him. I really enjoyed him.
Yes. All right, what is something you liked?
So at the beginning of the season, Dustin is troubled. He's quite troubled. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Realistic. I like it. Him and Steve are beefing
That was hard.
so hard. So hard. The only reason why I was like, this is going to be okay is because I knew that they would have to make up. But they really dragged it out. And I was like,
They
this is
really
painful.
did.
Like the Dustin Steve bromance was one of my favorite
Yeah,
parts
always.
of Stranger Things. So it was
Yeah.
really hard. So we all knew that they were gonna make up eventually, and we're all waiting, and we're like, "Please just be buddies again, like, we need it." I wasn't expecting the scene when they did make up and Dustin kind of, like, finally tells Steve his real feelings, and that he can't lose another friend, and
Oh,
it was
oh.
so emotional, and, like, I don't know, I feel like it was really well acted, like, the scene was so
Yes.
good for me, and he basically, like, saves Steve's life, and then they're, like, hugging, and it's just like, ugh, it was so good, and it still was believable because I feel like what happens a lot in shows with children and teenagers is they have these really deep, like, emotionally intelligent conversations where they're just, like they're so self-aware, and they're explaining all their deep feelings, and you're like, "This is just what I'm feeling even though I'm, like, 13," and, like, saying all these things that,
Yeah.
like, we don't even know, and we're 35, and, like, nobody
Yes.
talks to each other like that in high school.
No.
Like,
No.
no,
Dawson's
no one
Creek looking at you.
I, like, haven't seen it, but, like, I know
Yeah.
we've all
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about, right? And this still felt, like, so believable, like, you could
Oh,
totally
yes.
see that conversation happening, and, like, the feelings felt so real, and I think we could
Mhm.
all, like, not relate to that hopefully necessarily, like, some people might be able to, like, losing, like, a friend and, just being, like, really afraid of, like, another friend's acting the same way and
Yeah.
just, like, being like, "Please don't, like, I can't lose someone else like that," and,
Mhm.
I just thought that was really beautifully done and
Ugh,
just chef's kiss.
totally.
It
Totally
was worth
agreed.
that was worth the payoff for me. I
It
was like, "I'm
was.
glad that you guys were beefing because if they were just, like, happy, fun, jolly, la-di-da the whole time, it would have been great, and I would have been fine with that, but this was, like, really nice, and then they ended up being, like, happy, fun, la-di-da in the
Yeah,
end.
I know.
That was
It was
good.
fantastic. I also
Yeah.
liked that. On the topic of Steve, I don't know if you saw on the internet how many memes there were about the very cozy sweater that Steve was wearing in the earlier part of
Yes.
the season. One of the memes I saw called it his slutty little sweater, which I was just dying over. So I did put Steve's sweater as things we like, but it's more memes
Yes.
about Steve's sweater
Yes.
that is on my list.
Also, Steve was wearing a backwards hat at one point, and I
Okay,
was like,
I
"Woo!"
also put that on the list, and then I took it off the list because I was
Oh,
like, he is supposed to be very young, the
I
character, but
know,
he's
but
our
he's
age in real life.
not.
He's our age.
Yeah, I'm like, he's greater than 18 in the show, and he's like, I don't know, like upper 20s.
Oh, he is 33 years old, actually. I
Okay.
did look this up.
All right. Yeah, he's literally our
He's our
age.
age.
Okay. So stop
It's
trying to make me
fine.
feel like a creep. Steve is
Oh,
hot.
yes. The
Good
backwards
grief.
baseball cap does belong on this list.
Okay, there's also like a lot about like Will being hot this season. No.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, like Sorcerer Will.
I mean,
Didn't do it for you.
I not no, I thought it was cool, but, like,
Yeah.
not for a moment did that thought enter my mind.
I think that
Interesting.
he definitely had a glow up. A lot of them, like, just, they were like dorky little kids and now they're just, like cute teenagers
Yeah.
or good looking adults.
Yeah.
And for some of them, and he had like the bowl cut for so long.
He did.
Yeah. And then season 4, he had like the really aggressive haircut, right?
I mean,
It was
Robin,
still a
like,
version of
makes
the
fun of
bowl.
it
Yeah,
this
it's still some version
season.
of the bowl cut,
Yeah.
and they just has, like, pretty normal
So
hair
that's
this
just, like,
season.
his whole
So I guess
glow up, like,
everyone's like
somebody just gave him a real haircut.
yeah, no, I think it was
Okay.
definitely the sorcerer thing, though, which
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't say that I was like, "Oh, this is so hot," but I did think it was, like, really fun, like, when he that was, like, one of my favorite moments and, like, one where I'm like, I was there for it, I was like,
It
"Heck
was
yeah," like, getting
cool.
pumped
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
first see the Demogorgon just suspended in midair and like Mike is like oh like realizing like he's not about to die and being like what's going on and then we see Will. I was like I did not see it coming. I was
Yes.
so amped. I love like the direction that they went with Will's character because I think everyone was just
Yes.
trying to make it Harry Potter and being like he's a Horcrux, he has to die. I still don't get
Oh.
why he just stopped being impacted by their pain in the end. Plot hole, whatever. um Only a few of those, don't worry about it. It'll buff out, right? But the fact that they went that direction and that it
Yeah.
became, like, a superpower, this, like, meek little kid who was the victim, and
Yes.
now he's a sorcerer, I loved it. I was
Me
all in.
too.
I don't care what anyone
Me
says.
too.
That was for me. I loved it. Yes. Yes. I wish they had explained a little bit. I'm not saying it didn't buff out for me, obviously. I wish that they had explained a little bit why he's writhing around in pain as they're all dying, and then all of a sudden the hive mind just
Mm.
stops impacting
Mm.
him and he's just
They
fine.
explained a lot of other things to us. They loved explaining this season. We're
Yeah.
over our things we didn't like list,
Yeah.
but
We did get a little
They
it was
could
a
have
little info
explained
dumpy.
this. It was very
Exactly.
info
Like,
dumpy.
dump
Yeah.
that info on me, please. But anyway,
Yeah.
I loved Sorcerer Will.
Right there
Happy
with
for
you.
him. I wonder if he just, like, stopped being like, if their point in killing off Elle or, like, not killing her, whatever happened to Elle, mysterious Elle ending was because, like, oh, they're kind of suggesting that, like, how could she have a normal life or whatever, or like, how could the world go on with her existing and oh, the risk, blah 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 blah, whatever. Like, wouldn't that be the same for Will? Like, was he just like, I'm not a sorcerer anymore. I'm just gonna go to college and have fun.
I don't think that the military would like know that that was in his
Yeah,
blood. Or actually, I feel like he drew that directly from Vecna. So maybe now that Vecna's dead, he's not
he's
a
just
sorcerer
normal. He just is
anymore.
normal. That
Yeah.
would suck. He
Yeah.
would just like had magic superpowers for like a hot minute, and then you're like,
Yeah. He didn't even use
back
them
to
for anything
college.
fun.
No, I mean, saving the world,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
blah de blah.
Nothing trivial though.
Other things we liked. I'm just seeing Steve's sweater period on the
Yeah.
list.
Okay. Well,
Totally.
I'll have my other Steve moment, which was Steve had an idea for
Yeah.
the group for the first time, I'm pretty sure. It
Yeah. They
was
were
great.
they were doing less of the like Steve is a useless oaf stuff, which I
Yeah.
appreciated that they like leaned
Yeah.
away from that because like we're done with that. No, like
I
we're like
do
Steve is
always
perfect.
love when Steve doesn't get their dorky pop culture references, though. That
Yes.
always brings me joy. But
Yeah.
I was so proud. He did so
Yeah.
good.
He was great. He's just perfect.
I
Okay.
know.
Can we all just agree that Steve is perfect? Like what?
Yes.
Everything. Like even the times where he did really shitty things, he admitted his
Yeah.
faults, talked about it. He's
Which
perfect.
apparently is really just because of him as a person in real life. Like he was supposed to die at the end of season 1, but they liked him so
Yeah.
much he got a whole
Yeah.
redemption arc.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine Stranger Things without Steve? It wouldn't have been the
No,
same.
no. Steve and his
Would not have
nuggets
been the
were
same.
like just phenomenal.
Totally. Nancy, she was great. She turned into
Rambo.
yeah, pretty much Rambo. I actually
Yeah.
thought Ripley from Alien,
That too. Yep.
which I've never seen that movie, but I immediately clocked
Oh.
it as like that looks like they're doing an Alien reference. It
Yeah.
just looks like badass woman warrior.
Yeah.
I like that they just didn't even hold back. They're just like
Yeah.
Nancy I like they lean into the gun thing. Like there was definitely some fan service and I am not against that. I'm
Yeah.
like bring it on.
That's like what a lot of Stranger Things has been.
Yeah.
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 That was fine.
Yeah.
And also our last but not least before we talk about the final scene was
I'm not there are many more bullets on this
what?
list.
I have
I have not been going in order of the ones that I wrote down. I will go through them quickly, but I'm going through them.
what did I miss? I missed Robin
Okay.
taking Will under her wing.
Yeah.
That was cute.
That was cute. That was your bullet.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying but then what else did I miss? I was gonna say Mrs. Wheeler.
Mrs. Wheeler. I
Oh,
guess
there's
we
one
already
more.
talked about Jamie Campbell Bower and how amazing he was. And then yeah, so I really loved that they gave Henry/Vecna the opportunity for this redemption arc when Will was like, it wasn't your fault. It's not too
Mm,
late. And you see him struggling with that like amazing performance. And
yes.
then he's like, nope, I'm a bad guy. I just really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I liked that too. It would have been really like a really funny ending if he just was like on their side. I guess that kind of would have been cool too, but I do like that. I like that, yeah, that moment where he was like, no, he just showed me that the world's terrible and I do want to destroy it.
Yeah. Yes. I love that.
um,
And then Mrs. Wheeler.
no,
That's
that was the
my
last point that I was going to talk about was
okay.
Mrs. Wheeler.
Let's do
Don't
it.
worry. I'm going to talk about
Good.
Karen. Karen, why does her name have to be Karen?
It's the
Um,
80s.
yeah, it's true. There were a lot of Karens, which is I guess why we're here here today. Um, I've always loved her. Always thought she was a great
From
character.
day one. Yep.
Yes. I liked that she was clearly unraveling. She was unwell. at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I feel like she'd been keeping it together, being like, "My marriage is fine, it's all fine, like, I'm just gonna keep going for my kids, la-di-da-di-da. I'll just keep, like, redoing my hairdo and makeup and everything will be
Mm,
fine." Just a new perm, a new look.
yeah.
Every season, she looks completely different,
Which I
great every
loved.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's just keeps reinventing herself, and I don't know, I the scene where she defends Holly, like, that scene is really good. I think that whole
Yes.
sequence was amazing.
Yeah.
Um, when they find her, like, down on the kitchen floor, that really made me feel something.
Mhm.
This was another moment where I feel like it would have been, like, more powerful if she died. I don't want people to die. I just felt like it would have worked really well, and that would have been a good character to lose where it would have been, like, a really big hit, but, like, it wouldn't have necessarily impacted the story without just, like, adding motivation to the
I
characters.
mean, listen, I would have taken Ted.
I can't believe Ted pulled through.
I
Give me a
know.
break.
Like
It
that.
also just doesn't really make sense, like, that they did, and I do love that then we got the second, like, badass Mrs. Wheeler, like, she literally
I
blows up the
loved
Demogorgons.
that.
That was so fun, and, like, I don't care the logistics of that at all. I was like, "Let's do it, girl."
Yes.
But,
Yes.
I don't know, I just felt like the emotional impact of, like, them being down and then her just pulling through. I kinda was like, "Alright." I mean, good for her. She's a fighter too. We don't need anyone to die to die today. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It was her whole plot line I thought was still good either way. It would
Yeah.
have been good, and I'm fine with the way they did it, and
She
I
lived
enjoyed it.
to transition into the late 80s, early 90s unfortunate fashion.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a good segue. Are you are you
I'm
good with
ready.
your
I'm
list?
ready for the
Okay. I
segue.
don't wanna feel like I cut you off because you gave me my time to gripe. I wanna make sure you have your time to celebrate because there was a lot of good too. But this is a good segue to the end. So, I wasn't I need to eventually rewatch the ending because I was a little, like, uneasy the whole time because I just kept being like, "This can't be it. Like, this can't
Yeah.
be, like, the end. Like, there's gotta be more happening. Like, we're just doing, like, 45 minutes of wrap up of, like, just
Mhm.
happy wrap up," which it was. So, like, I think I'll enjoy that again in the future. I'm not ready. I'm
Yeah.
not ready. But what I wanna talk about first with this very long wrap up that they did, happy ending, I guess we'll call it, was how everyone had, like, a very significant, like, physical transformation. Like, they all had, like, a very big style change. Different hair,
Interesting.
like, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone had a different hairstyle, a different look,
Yeah.
and it felt, like, very on the nose to me, which made me, like, I don't know, I guess this didn't, like, clock us hard for you because maybe you weren't as, like, worked up, you were just enjoying the moment. But, like, that they were trying to be like, everyone now is, like, coming into their own. They're really, like, being true to themselves. I don't know, it just felt, like, a little over the top for me, like, how, like, Nancy Wheeler now looked like, I don't know, Hillary Clinton or something. Like, and
Well,
Robin looks like a
I think
hippie
it's just
lesbian who
like
goes to Smith.
kind
I
of
don't know.
lazy way of showing how time has passed. Like they just like
Yeah.
lean too far into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's not as big of a deal as I'm making it, but I was like, I get it. They're all just like people now
Yeah.
in the world.
And they like leaned like a little too far into the late 80s, early 90s fashion.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I think Steve's suit at the end was atrocious.
I know.
Uh, and Nancy's whole thing at the end, but they were all, like, spot on for the time. It's
Right.
just unfortunate.
Yes. I think okay, I'm not getting too negative again, but it was just another thing where it was just like they were leaning more into like stereotypes, I think, than like rather than being like a nod to the 80s or 80s references. It just felt like very in your face
Yeah.
this season. Like a lot
Yeah.
was just like spoon fed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Writing wasn't as
um
good.
tell me what you liked about the emotional ending.
Well, just in general okay, so I have rewatched the finale, just the final episode. So I watched it with Evan and my friend Shay was in town too. So we all watched it together and it ended and we all sat there in complete silence through the credits, like, through all of the credits, and at some point I was like, "Okay, like, somebody tell me how you feel about this." And it took me a while to, like, sort any first feelings about it. I think because, like, it's over, we've loved this show, it's been part of our lives for 10 years, the 11 ending, and then, like, I was just devastated for days. Like, I was just, like, could not get over how sad I was for
Oh,
Mike and 11 mostly, like, I was just devastated.
yeah.
I now feel as though it was a, like, really, like I said, satisfying conclusion. I If
Yeah.
everyone had had a happy ending, that would have been ridiculous, right? Like,
Right.
it can't be everybody has a happy ending. There is, like, some hope to it that I thought was really good. Uh, I don't know. I feel like they did it right. I loved how they left Elle's ending a little bit ambiguous, although it's not, like, super ambiguous. I feel like it's very, like, based on, like, what they actually, like, chose to show on the screen, like, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's that big of a question that that's what happened, but
Right.
apparently it's still a big debate. Um, oh, to tie it back to my Lord of the Rings thing. So when Mike goes through, like, everybody's future and we see Mike as the writer, I just had this flashback to, like, the end of Lord of the Rings when all of the other hobbits and all of the other people have these, like, really, really happy endings, right? Like,
Yeah.
Sam gets married to Rosie, Aragorn becomes king, etc., etc. But Frodo is never fully happy, and you
Yeah.
see that scene of him writing down the story, and we get the exact same thing with Mike.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's really sweet. For some reason, I found that, like, super corny. I don't know if they just, like, because they put no, I like your reframe, but just the way they shot it, I think they put, like, glasses on him on a or something, and
And
I
it
was
looked
like,
like he was just in his childhood bedroom
"Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah."
yeah.
Like, the way I totally like the idea of it, and I think that's really sweet, and a great comparison, but like, me and Chris both, like, chuckled because 'cause we're like, "Wait, what?" It just seemed, like, silly compared to the other ones, like, I
Yeah,
felt like it was a lot of these, like, really sweet moving montages, and then it was just, like,
yeah,
him at a
yeah.
typewriter being like, "Beep, boop, boop."
That's
But no, I
fair. Yeah,
actually the ending had almost lost me because I was just, like, kind of mad about the the lack of, like, satisfying my action battle need,
yeah, yeah.
um, eh, but then that I really liked. I liked how they had it come full circle, them
Mhm.
playing D&D in the basement where it all started, but it's different, of course,
Yeah.
and I liked that there was, kind of like Max being like, "That's it? Just a happy ending, blah, blah,
Oh my
blah."
god, Evan's favorite scene I think he has said the entire show, is when Max starts, like, throwing and breaking shit at the end of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love that that really spoke to him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought that was well done, and then the whole story that Mike told, and yeah, I thought that it was really sweet, and I do like that it was unknown, and I thought it was realistic that, Mike found a way to move on, but that he was, like, struggling, and that it, like,
Yeah.
did change him, and that he didn't have closure, and they had to, like, kind of create a story and
Mhm.
not like, if that's just him, like, coming up with that and they literally have no other reason really to believe it. Like, we have other reasons to believe that it could be true because of, like you said, what we saw on the screen, but, like,
Yeah.
nobody else was, like, watching that. So it's like he's just kinda making up this story and we're like, "That's a really good story."
Yeah. That's a good
I like that,
point.
So it's like
Mhm.
they don't know. He literally just made up a story that
Yeah.
could have been true. So, yeah, I thought that that was sweet and sad, bittersweet.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't find it, like, fully satisfying. I don't know what it was. Like, I don't I don't know if it's, like my first thought was, like, I don't know if it's because like, I'm on, like, more, like, heavier antidepressants, but when Elle died, I'm supposed to be like, "You, like, die." Like, we think she dies, right?
Yeah.
Like, in that
Yeah.
moment, and then later we're like, "Oh, maybe she didn't." I didn't feel anything.
Oh,
I did not feel
wow.
I know. I'm dead inside. I don't know why, like, I think this season, like, just Eleven as the character, like, I don't know, I just didn't like, I was really invested in her in other seasons and really enjoyed her, and then this season, I just felt like the character really felt flat for me, and it's not that I was like, "Oh, whatever, bye." It just felt like really I'm not sure, like, if I'm gonna be able to articulate this well enough, but when we are getting, like, towards it and we think, like, um, Kali is like, we have to both die basically in
Mhm.
order for this to end. I think I just really didn't appreciate them being like Elle kind of being like, yeah. Like I do. Like we do. Like I was waiting for the like she's smarter than this. She cares more about her friends. She has created a real life. I wanted it to be more hopeful and that there was a way to figure this out. There was a more creative way than just for her either to die, which is one possibility, or to completely disappear and be completely out of all of these people's lives who are the only people that matter to her. I
Okay,
wanted there to be a third lane.
but I felt like they found that third lane once Hopper talks to her. Like, I feel like she accepts that third lane until she feels, like, backed into a corner.
Yeah.
Or she didn't feel backed into a corner at all because her and Kali had a plan.
Yeah, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, the plan was still for her to disappear and never speak to any of them again,
Yeah.
is what we're left
Yeah.
with, which
Yeah.
is, like,
Pretty
horrible
devastating. Yeah.
for her, especially.
Yeah.
Like, devastating for Hopper, but he's still got Joyce and
Well, not only that, but Hopper, like, I love Hopper's ending because he became a healthy human for the first
yeah,
time that we've ever seen in the show, and
yeah,
I really appreciated that arc. Like, Mike is really struggling, but
yeah,
Hopper, who we've only seen, like, grumpy and lashing out at people and, like, really struggling with his past, like, finally has found a way to, like, live with the grief in his life. I loved that.
yeah. Yeah, I really like that too, but I think that I'm starting to realize, like, why it just didn't sit well with me because I just don't like this is, like, getting, like, kind of, like, deep and maybe a little dark, but I just don't want anyone to, like, ever feel like there isn't, like, a way out or a way that they
Yeah.
can't, like, get back into their life or have a normal life, like, even if they if, like, just something in their past or, like, there's no reason that anyone, like, has to go, you know what I mean? I think that was kinda just what I liked, and which I guess would be why they left it with that hopeful, like, she might still be out there, but I was just like, I don't it felt like to me, it felt like this, like, useless, like, Dr. K character in the government, like, won, because
Hmm.
now she's just, like, on her own. Like, she's either dead or just, like, on her own, like, hiking around alone. And, like, yes, maybe she'll make more friends and have her own life, but I don't know, I just didn't like it.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
it
I think
wasn't
she's gonna go live
horrible.
her life. It'll just be a little sadder.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It wasn't for me. It just
And
wasn't for
that
me.
is okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I will be very interested to see is how we both feel about it after a full rewatch of the whole series
Yes.
someday. Like Game of
Yes.
Thrones is an example. The last
Yeah.
season is objectively not good, but on
Right.
rewatches, I hate it a lot less.
Yeah. I never hated it as much as everyone else did because I think I just, like, wasn't, like, as
Yeah.
invested in it.
Well, I
Um,
also, not to get on a Game of Thrones tangent right now, but
yeah.
everybody who thought that Daenerys's arc turning crazy came out of nowhere, they're crazy people. She was absolutely insane and not a good person through the whole series. Anyway,
Right, and
moving
it was,
on.
like, biologically in the cards. Yeah. I think they
Yeah.
did her a little dirty still, but yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, discussion for another day, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's kinda where we should maybe end it on our
Yeah.
discussion because
You
we wanna talk more
feel
about Stranger
yeah.
Things next week, and yeah, I think that the internet is wild,
Yeah.
and people have some really, really strong feelings. I get it. Like, I loved the show. It is important to me. Like, I'm not afraid to say that. I really enjoyed it. I was invested in it. I was very excited for this season. So I totally understand the people who are let down, but also like just relax. Relax. I don't know
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
what you wanted. Like not everyone could have been satisfied. Like you're really satisfied with it and they wrote an ending that satisfied like a lot of people. And I don't think
Yep.
it's wrong to like it. Like some people I've seen people literally write like it was perfect. It was the perfect ending.
Okay. I mean, like,
Mm, that's
I thought the
also
ending
wild.
was good, but like, you
Yeah.
cannot discuss season 5 as perfect. It was a weak. It
No.
was a weak season.
Yes, totally, totally. But, you know, it's TV. It's interesting to talk about. Don't get too worked up about it.
Yeah.
And I agree. I'd
Just
be curious
enjoy.
to
TV
see.
is a thing to enjoy.
And it's also enjoyable to like hate on it too a little bit. That's
Yeah.
okay. Just like
Yeah.
don't go wild and don't be like
Yeah.
personally attacking people or like being mad at them for having other opinions. That's all. Which I know no one listening to this podcast feels that way because like you all are like cool,
We're here
cool
for
as
the
heck.
cozy vibes here.
We're
Was
just having
there
a good time.
Here's a closing question for you. What do you feel is the coziest moment of season 5?
My first thought was just Steve's sweater.
Steve's sweater was the coziest moment of season 5.
uh,
That is a perfect answer. That's
right?
it.
Maybe that was another thing about this season is just like, I wanted more cozy moments. And we
I'm trying
needed
to
more
end us on
sweaters.
an up note,
Just
Ashley.
cut the podcast after Steve's sweater. Just literally cut the tape. Cut the
All
tape,
right.
and then we'll go to our outro.
Well, what are we talking about next week?
We're talking about Stranger Things again, and I have a feeling that my voice will still be husky. I will still be wearing this sweatshirt. So you may or may not be recording it now, but I will have a lot more good things to say about it because this is a great show. I love it. I hope to see you there. Also, yay, we're back.
We're back.
Yay. Yay.
Yay.
This is the most yay I can get. Yay.
This episode is going to come out just a few days after the making of season 5 documentary. Which I'm excited about, but we will not be covering because we record several weeks in advance.
Oh, yeah. We'll see. Just let us know what you thought of Stranger Things, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Haunted Homebodies. Make sure you like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
And remember, when in doubt, just stay home.